Hello internets, I the Roshi, and I'm back with another video. This time I'm doing a Genshin Impact character personality quiz. I want to find out what character I'm mostly like. This video idea came from my Discord, and if you are interested in joining said Discord, then you could become a member on my YouTube or join my Patreon, any tier, and you get access. It's a nice chill time in there. If you like this kind of thing, then let me know by subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, leaving a like or a comment down below. With that said, let's get into it. Which playable character are you? My name is Roshi. Firstly, are you an introvert or extrovert? Ambivert doesn't exist, and no, I will not take criticism. It's trying to make people like actually pick and not do like a middle ground thing. I get it. You're wrong, but I get it. I'm an introvert. What is your MBTI type? This is interesting. This actually leads into what I was going to pull up later. Now, my MBTI type is actually INTJ. This is the architect or the mastermind personality type. I'm that. What is your anagram type? I don't know, but I want to know. Time to research something.
2 hours later.
5. Ah, it's my favorite number.
Their resources are scarce and that they don't have enough of what they need, unlike other types who go out.
And now I have to pay to unlock the full report. I'm not paying you. How about that? How about them apples? Type 5, the investigator. This makes sense. 5W4. Oh, I think this is what I needed. Good. We got our answer. We can continue. 5W4. Next, what is your zodiac sign? I am a Gemini. What's your Hogwarts house? I'm Ravenclaw. At the lowest point in your life, what deep-rooted desire kept you going? I was kind of in a state of I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm not enjoying myself, and I'm trapped. And by doing YouTube again in any way, shape, or form, that helped me realize that, oh, I can have fun. I would say this, the desire to pursue your passions. What is your sexuality? I'm going to say straight, but Risley though. There's nothing wrong with two straight dudes making out. I'd fuck them. Oh God. How was your relationship with your birth father? I have no issues with my dad. I didn't really get a sense of who he was until after high school. And I started to see his mannerisms in my own, which sometimes I think is great. Other times I'm like, God damn it. How was your relationship with your birth mother? It's great now. It wasn't always, at least in my eyes, but it is now, and I'm thankful for that. And that's my answer for that, without getting too deep. You're in a room with someone when danger strikes, etc. How do you feel? It depends on what that situation is. If it's like too dangerous where we gotta get out, then we gotta get out. I'm relying on you to be able to handle yourself in this situation. Or if they're gonna confront it, then of course I'm gonna help them too. If it's like my sister or family member, I'm gonna try to protect them. I would try to handle the danger first, and then if it's like not gonna happen, I would try to get out of there. It's either fight or flight, and that just depends on the situation. Can you suppress pain? I'm just gonna say this. This is what my gut went to. I'm gonna say that. How do you prefer to receive love? I think it's between these two. And I think I'm gonna go with physical touch. That's hard to choose. How do you show love? I'm gonna go with quality time. I'll hang out with someone for hours because I care about that person. That's what I would do. How do you react to being embarrassed? I just realized there's 81 questions. Oh, we got a ways to go. Okay. More recently, I brush it off because it's no big deal, and then I'll think about it later. I'll even turn it into a bigger joke. Like when I goof off in Genshin, I'll even twist the knife even more and turn myself into like, you know, a clown. I know it's embarrassing, and I'll just live in it. How would you react to someone giving you a spontaneous hug? Hesitate at first and give them a small hug back. Probably. Like if I don't know them very well, I'm just standing there. But if it is someone I do know and they do hug me out of the blue, it's going to be kind of like a delayed reaction. I'm very much like personal space person, and most people know that, but on occasion, I could see this happening. Do you have any regrets in life? Honestly, I think number 4 is a cop-out. I think that's copium. Those deep, hidden thoughts in your brain when you're just laying in bed at night and they just creep up and they're like, remember when you said this really stupid thing to that person that you liked in like the 6th grade? Yeah, you're gonna think about that for 20 minutes while you're trying to sleep. And if you ever had that and you answer this, you are lying. You are lying to yourself. I'm gonna say that. What type of person do you find most annoying? This person who is very self-centered, who makes everything about themselves. Yeah, this can get very annoying. They're lacking people skills is what this is. Like, big time. What insult would hurt the most to be called? I think insulting my intelligence would bother me the most. Which affirmation from me to you makes you feel the most loved? Nothing, because you're a quiz. Your words mean nothing to me. In general, I guess you could do anything you set your mind to. Out of these pets, which one would you want the most? This is very specific. Are these just your pets? What is this part? I like cats and dogs. I'll go with the cat though. What color character are you? I think I have to go with pink. Concerned mom friend, honest to a fault, wears their emotions on their sleeve, they're right there. Constantly stressed, judgmental, only one with common sense? Kind of feels that way sometimes. What are you like when you're sick? I ignore it until I physically can't anymore. I'm really bad at taking care of myself. What is your moral alignment? I'm probably neutral good. I think I hope for the best, and I try to do good things when I can. I kind of do it my own way. It's not necessarily chaotic, but I have an issue with authority sometimes, so I wouldn't say lawful either. What do you do when you are insulted? I'm gonna say I laugh, either because the insult is ridiculous and doesn't make sense, or it's a defense mechanism. Ha ha ha!
I'm gonna murder you in Minecraft.
It's one of those. How do you feel anger? Depends on what I'm angry about. Anger doesn't always feel the same to me. Feel a cold, numb anger that can make me cruel, I guess. This is a bit of a weird answer, but that's because I don't really associate with the other three. I can sound very dismissive, which could be considered cruel. How do you feel fear? Something that grows in my chest until it consumes me. If I'm actually afraid of a situation or something like that, fear will get bigger and bigger and bigger until I'm like actually in a panic. We'll say that, I guess. How do you feel sadness? A deep wound in my chest, I'll say. How do you feel happiness? It's either 2 or 3. I feel a warmth throughout my body that makes me feel at home. I feel a smug satisfaction that makes me feel like I can rule the world. This is like a happiness of like achieving something. This is just general happiness, I think. So I'll go with 2. How do you feel love? Romantic and or platonic? That is different. That feels very different. My feelings towards the other is casual and content most of the time, but sometimes I'll feel such a deep admiration and love for them that I'm taken aback. Sure, I'll say that. That's kind of in between. Which feeling do you hate the most, assuming all are at the same intensity? So you're frustrated for feeling frustrated? You would feel frustrated for any of these other things based on this question. I'm mad that I'm mad. I can't believe it. I'm actually going to say hunger. If I'm hungry, then I have no energy, then I feel like I can't do anything, the things that I set out to do that day. Which of these scenarios has the best vibes? By far, it's sitting by the fire on a cool stormy night. This is awesome. What is your dream room? A room full of books and comfy chairs. I'm gonna go with this one because I'm trying to read more, and even if I don't, there's something about that feel where it's like I feel like I can just get stuff done. What is your biggest deal breaker in a friend partner? Someone cold and distant. Some would argue that I can feel this way. So not gonna call the kettle black. Someone who lies to me constantly. Don't be a liar. How blurred, clear are the lines between good and evil, and where do you fit? I think I'm here. The lines are slightly blurred, but I like to hope that I'm on the good side. Because it's all about perspective, right? And I hope that I'm doing good things. But from another's perspective, maybe I'm not. And I do believe that the lines are blurred. Are you a Sherlock or a Watson?
Sherlock relies on others to succeed, wants personal recognition and credit, finds a Watson who encourages them to do something great, has to be the best at what they do or else they feel pointless. Watson, more independent, has the confidence to not need recognition, finds a Sherlock in their life to inspire to do something incredibly great, doesn't feel the need to be the best at what they do as long as they feel content.
Ooh, I want to pick Watson, but I think I'm going with Sherlock. Well, I'm gonna be honest and say I'm more of a Sherlock. There's a lot of relying on other people and a feeling of this like ego that needs to be satisfied in order to keep going. How important is honesty to you? Incredibly, I hate lies even if they're for someone's own good. Another reason why I'm not a fan of. How much of yourself do you show to others? This is definitely how I was. I actually think I'm more this now. I don't have a reason to hide from the people who have gotten to know me. How would your younger self feel about you today? I think my younger self would be disappointed, but overall be proud. They'd come to understand. You don't have an animation studio? Oh, but you still make stuff. Well, that's cool. What is your fitness style? Yeah, I think I'm kind of this. I don't have a routine right now, and I currently am, or at least feel like I am out of shape. So I do some things, but I do need to actually make a routine. How do you see humanity? Neutral. Shade of gray. Are you judgmental? Some things yes, with other things no. I'll just say yes. It's more like action-based, not just like first appearances. But it's technically a form of judgment. How do you express yourself creatively? These days, it's probably more writing than anything. How comfortable are you with being alone? Extremely. I'm 100% fine with being alone. What is the best period of someone's life? College, I guess, is under teenage years because you have no bills and you're technically a teenager for it. I'll do this one. What kind of kid were you? I was the quiet and shy, stereotypical good kid. I was just kind of under the radar. What is your attachment style? Can apply to friends or partner. It's different though. Anxious, extremely worried about their partner will leave them and can hold on too tight. Likely had a parent that was inconsistent with their parenting or experienced a loss. Would make the child feel loved at times and reject them at others. You don't know me. You can't stop attacking. Why are we bringing parents into this? This is supposed to be friends and partners. Why are we like, oh, you feel this way because of your parents? And like, yeah, that's kind of true, but like, why are we focusing on that so much? We have more words based on the parent relationship than the actual relationship. Probably this. Probably anxious, I guess. Not entirely, but it's just the closest one I can kind of line myself up with. How do you handle conflict? I'm going to say direct and logically. I know I've reacted in all of these ways depending on the situation and where I was in life. How much does money mean to you? Money is important, but other things are much more important. The relationships in one's life and experiences are very important. However, you need money to live. Period. Anyone who says money doesn't solve problems, they're full of shit. Having money solves the problem of having no money, which is the thing you need to live. Otherwise, you would die. Money doesn't matter if you have it. How do you cheer someone up? I don't get up in their business, but I'm like, hey, if you want to talk about it, you can talk about it. Not everyone wants an answer. Not everyone wants their problem fixed by someone else. They rather just talk it out. I won't give advice unless it's asked for. And if they're like, I don't know, if they're kind of weird about it, then it's like, then never mind. You just listen. And that's just what that is. That's what I do. What's your learning style? Tactile. Visuals are okay because I see it being done and then I can try to replicate it. And then once I actually do replicate it, actually going through the motions, that's how I learn. What's your style on an average day? Comfortable? I'm trying to build up to this. I would like to find that middle ground. I'm not in sweatpants. These pants got like all sorts of holes in them through working in them and stuff. They're just comfortable. What's your favorite type of food? Where's the sushi? Take off some kind of drink and put sushi. A drink is a drink, not food. I do have a huge sweet tooth. I'm putting sweets in desserts. Least favorite type of food. Anything cooked wrong or bad is obvious. This is the choice for everybody. If it wasn't this one, it'd be anything bland. How do you want people to see you? Intelligent and capable. How strict are your morals? I'm actually going to put moderately. People can disagree with me, and that doesn't mean that I hate them. I will continue to argue and debate with them, but that doesn't mean I hate that person by any means. You're in a large group of people that you don't know well and are assigned some form of group work. How do you act? I'm going to pick this one. While they're all deciding like what to do, I'm already just kind of like I'm focused, like just thinking of like the solution or whatever it is that we have to make or do or the ways to go about it. Once I have an idea, I would start conversing. How do you make new friends? Yeah, people have to come up to me these days. I have my friends. I don't go out looking for more. You have a new roommate, but after a few weeks, you realize you guys don't get along well. How do you cope? Oh boy. This has happened. Long story short, I had a roommate situation, lived with 2 other people. One of them, who I thought was my friend, turned out to not be my friend. And I tried to form a time where we could sit down and talk our differences. So I guess I'm going to do this. How that story went is that they did not care to do this and decided to continue being angry instead. So it became keep to myself as much as possible and just live with someone I don't talk to. That's what I had to do. Meanwhile, they did this plus this. They just weren't home as much as possible. Yeah, that became a thing. So I tried to resolve differences. They did not care for it. What do you do when you're sad? I get quiet. Sometimes when you're sad, you just don't want to talk about it and stuff. And then sometimes you gotta have your little breakdown to get it all out, you know? Sometimes you gotta do that in private. How do you sit in a chair? Back straight, ankles crossed, like a proper lady, even if you aren't one.
I'm a fine proper lady. Thank you very much.
I was doing this, so I'm gonna do that. When do you feel most like yourself? I think when I'm alone. And that's not trying to be like edgy or like loner or anything like that. It's just that when I'm alone, I'm able to think more and contemplate more and be within my mind palace and go through my thoughts and see how I feel about different things and emotions and just kind of like survey all of that. It's not necessarily I feel the best in that state, but it is all me. What do you need right now? Therapy. I laugh because it's true. I need to know right now if I'm on the right track. It's very up in the air. Moving on. How much have you changed since you were a kid? So much has changed that I have to do that one. What is success? I'm going to go with creating something. I always wanted to make things for people. What kind of mark, if any, am I leaving behind? How many people have I affected or changed for the better, or have helped through something? I want to make things that affect other people positively. And that's what I would consider success. And that has to continue after I'm gone. Which scenario brings you the most peace? I'm a child again, playing hide and seek with the friends I have lost along the way. Oh, that's sad. Oh, God. Sitting under a tree, windy day, being at peace with myself and the universe. What is music to you? It's 2 or 3. I think music unlocks all sorts of emotions. You can it communicates to you through emotion. It's also a very powerful storytelling method, and that's what I'm going with. How empathetic are you? I'm gonna say somewhat. I can feel some things around me, but not all. How do you feel about authority? Oh boy. I'm going with this one. I think authority is needed, but sometimes it can abuse its power. 110%. How open-minded are you? I'm going to say I'm mostly. How long does it take you to say goodbye to someone you care about once you realize they're toxic for you? It may take me a second, but I can do what needs to be done. At what period of your life will you enjoy the most childlike interests? I'm gonna say as a young adult, there's plenty of things that I think I wish I did or started to do that I only got to experience in more recent years. How expressional are you? I'll say a little. Do you care what people think of you? How much? I'd love to say no, but I'm gonna of course say yes. But that also carries over with the YouTube thing as well. At the same time, no, I don't care what the majority of people think about me who watch this stuff, but I don't necessarily want to have haters because that's just not fun. At the same time, not gonna change who I am over it. How do you take criticism? I'm gonna go with pretty well if it's meant to be constructive, because there are some people that criticize without any solutions, and that does bother me. How easily do you forgive? Here's the thing, I forgive, but I don't forget. I can be cool with you. We can make amends, but Do I continue to trust you? No. Do I announce that to them? No, because that's just going to cause more arguments and problems. It's just my own personal rule. And of course, it depends on how big of a deal it was. I'm pretty open, but I draw the line at someone breaking my trust too many times. Would you describe your energy as dark or light? Dark. I know how others see me, and whether or not it's who I want to be, it's how it is. Confidence is key when it comes to being myself. Light. I've done well. And I think others agree? You need a better description for light. What is this? Unsure confidence versus confidence. How is that light? I'm going with dark. How much effort do you put into the things you do? I am a perfectionist with this stuff, and I have sacrificed sleep, eating, and bathroom. I've had to go to the bathroom for the last 2 hours. What's your favorite weather? Where's cloudy with a gentle breeze? Because that's what I would pick. I'm gonna say a soft drizzle or shower. I don't mind the rain. I like the rain. I like listening to it. Being out in it is one thing, but if it's a soft drizzle, it's not a big deal, and it's the closest I can get to like a cloudy day on here. How much do you give to those you love? I'm gonna say somewhat. I mean well, but I'm very absent-minded. What time of day are you most productive? Honestly, with a lot of my YouTube work, a lot of it is midday. However, I'm most awake and probably like editing and creating things in general at night. I'm naturally a night owl. Congrats, you made it. Tell me a secret. Recommend me a song. Optional, of course. It's not going to be a secret anymore. Everyone's going to know. Is there a Genshin Impact secret? Sorry, I have to lean this way because my keyboard's over here. The secret is... I did. Whether or not I got her, it's a whole nother story. Let's go. There is something very cool about this, and also something terrifying. Genius. I don't think I'm a genius. I think it's really cool that he is an artist, and he created a bird out of his freaking hand. I studied animation, and by doing that, it was the whole process of starting with a blank canvas, and then with enough work, time, and effort put into it, you essentially bring something to life. And although we usually see Albedo as a more kind of serious type and thinking about things and coming up with plans and observing stuff, an alchemist and captain of the something investigation team. Okay, sus. Albedo. Now, I don't know him too well personally. I just know him based off of the trailers he's been in. Your results, Albedo. You invented sneaking away from large gatherings. You like to be alone and prefer your own thoughts, but you often feel lonely. You think the people who love you don't understand, and while they may not, I know for a fact that they want to. People rely on you all the time. Try to open up to them every once in a while. When you don't, you feel like you have no friends, and even though there are so many people who care about you, so you just sit in this cycle of isolation. Stop that. You're incredible. And just because people don't understand you doesn't mean that they're wrong when they praise you. What they say about you is true. You're very talented, and even if you don't live up to the expectations you've placed on yourself, be proud of yourself. You're a very kind and caring person as a result of all that you have been through, which is extremely admirable. I know you know this already, but you're a lot funnier than people give you credit for. You feel as if you're meant for something greater, and you are. But learn to appreciate the smaller joys that come with your journey. People love you, and for good reason. Side note, I main Albedo, so bonus points for getting the best result. Okay, I'm Albedo, guys. That was a good quiz, but that's it. According to the quiz, I'm Albedo. What do you think? Does that sound about accurate? You can try the quiz yourself if you'd like to, and let me know in the comment section down below. The quiz will be linked in the description, and in that description, you can find additional ways of how to support me as well. You can sign up to be a member, you can join my Patreon, and you get the same benefits in both. Every little bit counts. It means a lot. Thank you so much for your support. And until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later. And just to be curious, I went on to find these Genshin characters and what MBTI personality they have. Turns out that I don't share the same type as Albedo. He is INTP, I am INTJ. According to this site, between the Meyer-Briggs and the anagram thing, I'm closest to Mona. We both do have a serious amount of cake.